Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellen. So, are you new to watercolor and you want to paint some quick, easy wildflowers? Well, this is your tutorial. I'm going to show you how to make these black-eyed Susans in less than 5 minutes. Yep, really simple, easy, beginner watercolor tutorial for somebody who's just starting out. Simple techniques on how to use your brush to make these leaves and petals and all that nonsense. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. This is something that really, when you're just starting out, I'm serious, any skill level can do this. And then as you get better and better, you can add more and more detailed techniques. But this is kind of like the base of how I would do something really simple. Also, check out my Patreon. I have ad-free videos, traceables, exclusive tutorials, and a live stream in the top tier. It's just a place people go and support my channel, which I appreciate so much. We also have a Facebook group that I just added on, where we have weekly challenges and monthly giveaways, and people share what they've been painting, what they're struggling with, etc., etc. So, for all you newbies, let's do our 5-minute watercolor black-eyed Susans. Alright, for this really quick tutorial, I'm going to go over my supplies. I have a piece of Arch 100% cotton cold pressed paper. I'll be using my Princeton 10 round Velvet Touch series and 8 long round Velvet Touch series, paper towels, etc. I have water jars. So I've already mixed up some colors. I've used Prussian blue with cadmium yellow deep to make this deep green, and let's put a little burnt umber in there. I've mixed the same color with more yellow to get a light green, and then I have a cadmium yellow deep here, and I put it here. I add a little like reddish color to it. You can add some brown to it, but pretty much just watering down the cadmium yellow deep. So we're going to start off using that. We're going to just paint this flower real quick. So we take the number 10, loosen up the paint. I use tube Holbein because I like tube paints. It's easy to get loose and use. You can reactivate them when they're dry, but it's better to just put out some new paint every now and then too. It works much better and faster. So, how do we do a black-eyed Susan? We're going to do some simple wildflowers pretty quickly, 5 minutes. You're going to think of the blooms just like daisies, kind of going this way and downward. So you can just go like this, going downward. And also, because this paper is it's cotton, it soaks up a lot of paint, you need to have the paint kind of loose, so it's like a tea consistency of coffee. So I just made a line like this. Do another one. And see, I kind of move back and forth and kind of connect them. And it won't be all this kind of like stringy little line. They can make some a little bit fatter and a little bit shorter, kind of bending like claws going downward. That makes sense, right? And we'll do another one here, like this, really quick. And a couple of little short ones here to indicate the short ones and the background, right? I always like to do it in threes. So again, line down, you can kind of go like this, connect it, wiggle back and down like this. Back, see this kind of movement, like this movement, going up and down here, and a couple little short ones, right? And that's it. While it's drying, you can add a little bit of like orange color. I have an orange, brilliant orange color. I'm going to mix that in with my yellow. I don't want it super wet, but you can just tap the edge, right? I'm gonna mix my magenta with some yellow and get a nice orangey yellow. Here we go. You just tap the edge in the center here, and it will bleed while it's still damp, just to give it another little oomph. Boom. So now we have that green. I'm gonna move over to my 8 long round. Make the stem, get the dark green. Can add a little brown to that. I like to make my greens. The black-eyed Susans are fairly dark stems and leaves. So here, just go like this, downward in a slope, down, kind of downward like this, just to indicate where it's going to go. And that is your stem. Mine's a little broken because it wasn't enough wet water color on there. And I just go back over that line if that happens. You can use this brush or the other brush to make the leaves. I'm going to show you what I mean. So I'm going to push down and pull back real quick. That's a compound stroke, down and up, but I kind of go real fast, and so it turns into like dry brushing at the end, which is kind of like a stylized way, and you can go backwards the other way, see? It's movement like that. Now I might want to add a little more yellow into my green, a little thicker, get it a little bit darker. And that's pretty much the leaves that I would choose to do. Really fast. See how fast I did that? And you get that dry brush, because this paper is great with that tooth. For the center, still can use a long round brush, or you could switch back. I'm going to mix some Paynes gray with some burnt umber, get a nice deep dark brown. You want it kind of thick, otherwise it's going to bleed if it's still wet. And it's kind of making it look a little, almost like a gumdrop shape. So it's a round and then kind of curved in the bottom. And then you can kind of leave a little white area. Round and then curved in the bottom. Leave a little white on the left hand side. You don't have to. If it's still wet, it will bleed, but that's kind of really kind of pretty, and that's the essence of how nice it looks. You want to do the black center part last after you paint your yellow. And that's it. That's your 5, I think we're into 5 minutes actually. Seriously, you can paint something really fast. If you do something really fast for a card, boom. Then you want to get technical, you add some more things. You can add some nice little orange veins kind of coming down with this brush. So I'll pull in and show you. Boom. Just do little veins. Once that's dry. If it's still damp, you know, it might be an issue. But you have those little veins kind of coming in here. How you want to make it more interesting, you can add more blooms and more green color in the background. So I have that light green, remember this one? And you can just kind of go up using the long round brush. Make some grass, up, bends. Well, you need to be really kind of, mine wasn't wet enough. Wet. Kind of do these nice little grasses. They can kind of bend like that. You want them to have some variety in here. You want to get really loose though. If it's not loose, it's not going to do anything for you. It's just going to sit in that paper. See? And some grasses bending, crisscrossing, all that fun stuff. You can even add some more dark color grass down here. And we have our simple 5-minute flower. I'm not kidding when I said it takes 5 minutes. And that's when you add in all the other stuff at the end. If you want to get more than 5 minutes, then you add some other elements of other flowers. And we can talk about that. So once that's all dry, you want to go and add some other kind of flowers. Take the same greens, maybe add a little more yellow to some of the green we had here before. And we're going to go up, over and behind this wonderful black-eyed Susan, and we're going to just make these little stems kind of poking behind here like this, curved, curved, kind of up here and curved. See that? And you can do another small one here. Make sure you follow through with the stem going down, curve, smaller ones towards the top. And then off those little curves, you can put some other flowers. Could be pink, could be purple, whatever you choose. I have this color called Bright Rose. I might mix it in with a little red, orange, get more of a blush tone. And you just make like little balls almost, see? Just like that. If it feels too spacious, you can go and add some in between, then make sure you have the stems that connect to it though. This is where you get a little more advanced, right? Maybe I would see how there's a little space in here. I'm going to go put some more in here and I'll add the stem that connects to it, so it doesn't seem so strange. And as a person like myself, I like to do with everything in threes, so I'll have to have something poking up somewhere else. I'll have a little one down here, and I'll have some leaves connecting to this one on the bottom. Just a preference thing for myself. I believe in odd numbers. And a little pink ones down here. And really simple wildflowers. You want to get a little darker on the edge, getting closer to the green stem, do that. But really, again, how long did this take you? Like a minute. That's all it is, really, to do pretty little flowers. You can have little purple flowers, bluish flowers. I have purple. I mixed ultramarine blue with my pink. And I can just make some little purple flowers. Maybe our eye is going to go towards this way. Just little blue ones, right? Again, simple petal, round kind of shapes, connecting. And maybe have a few more over here, the cluster. You don't want to just leave it all in the center like that. Put another one over here. And that's all you do. And then out here, you might want to add some more greenery. So I'm going to grab my green here, get it pretty loose. Just follow through and make some grass happen out here. I really have to get this really wet and bend it down. Crisscross and bend it this way. So if you're a super, super beginner, think about things like this. This is really kind of simple. I had a couple more little sprays in here. And that's pretty much it. Get a more yellowish green coming in here. Right? That's it. 5 minutes. Now, like I said, details, you can go in and add more details with the little lines on the Black-Eyed Susan with an orange color, orange-yellow color. Just get a little bit darker here. But that's it. That's your 5-minute wildflower tutorial. And play around with it. Have fun with it. Can add some brown stems in here. Get creative. But you see how fast that took? Not much effort. You can go back into the greens and add some veins, get a little more detailed as you go. But really, it should just be that simple. All right, so I hope this was helpful. I hope this was easy and fun for you. If not, practice just moving your brush this way downward and this way downward. The leaves, play with the brush on the paper. I know you don't want to waste expensive paper because arch is pretty expensive, but it's the only way to actually learn. You really have to kind of use it. Use it, use it. So if you mess up, that's great. Just paint on both sides and kind of work with that. Putting a little vein, and that's it. So take care. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you haven't hit the bell notification, please do so. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.